to talk about if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished that Homer could talk, so her neighbor Mrs. Davis gave her the dog star crystal. But soon, Camilla and Homer began to practice speaking. Homer was too talkative. So Camilla went to Mrs. Davis and asked her how to stop Homer to talk. She said he needed a new home serious. In the end, Homer decided to stay with Camilla and be an ordinary dog again. If dogs could really talk, I think people would respect them like humans. Do you wish that dogs could talk? Bye.
Hi, I'm Alex from LSB. I want to talk about if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished that Homer could talk, and she got dogster crystal and cricket butter from her new neighbor, Mrs. Davis. But soon, Homer and Camilla began to talk each other, but Homer talks a lot. So Camilla went Mrs. Davis and asked Homer to stop talking, but Mrs. Davis said Homer had to find a new home. In the end, Homer decided to stay with Camilla and be an ordinary dog. If dogs could really talk, I think dogs will be people's family and act like people. Bye.
Hello, my name is James K. from LSB. In the beginning, Camilla wanted to Homer could speaking, and Mrs. Davis gave her a dog star crystal. And Camilla and Homer could conversation, but they fought more many times. And Mrs. Davis say Camilla go to Mrs. Davis' house and how to stop Homer talking. And Mrs. Davis say Homer must find a new home. In the end, Homer wanted to stay. Camilla be on ordinary dogs. If dogs really could talk, I will fantastic because animal could talk.
Hello, I'm Kevin S. from LSB. Hello everyone, I want to talk about if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished that Homer could talk. One day, Camilla got the dog star crystal from Mrs. Davis. But soon, Camilla and Homer began to speak the language. But he was speaking too much, so she didn't like that. So Camilla went to Mrs. Davis and asked her to stop Homer talking. In the end, he needs to find a new home with other talking dogs. In the end, Homer decided to stay with Camilla as the ordinary dogs. If dogs could really talk, I think it will be very fantastic because it is not a common thing. Do you wish that dogs could talk? Goodbye.
Hello, I'm James H. from LSB. I want to talk about if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished that Homer could talk like Dandy. Mrs. Davis gave the crystals, so Homer could swallow dog star magic. Soon, Camilla and Homer began to speak the language, but Camilla didn't like it much. So Camilla went to Mrs. Davis' house and asked to stop Homer. and she said she has to find a new home. In the end, Homer decided to stay with Camilla and be an ordinary dog. If dog could really talk, I think people won't like it. Do you wish that dog could talk?
Hello, my name is from LSB 2. I want to talk about the if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished Homer can speak like Dandy. She used the dog star crystal, but soon Camilla and Dandy practiced pronouncing in front of the mirror. So Camilla went to the Mrs. Davies, asked how to stop Homer speaking. She said Homer can't go to the Dog Star planet. In the end, Homer decided to stay with Camilla to be an ordinary dog. I think dogs really could talk. I think all the dogs are from another planet. Do you wish that dogs could talk? Goodbye.
I'm Camilla from LSB. Hello everyone, I want to talk about if dogs could talk. In the beginning, Camilla wished that Homer can speak. And one day she met Mrs. Davis and she went to her house and she got the purple crystals. But soon Camilla and Homer began to speak the language, but Homer refused what Camilla said. So Camilla went to Mrs. Davis, and Mrs. Davis and asked to stop Homer talking. In the end, Homer decided that be an ordinary dog again. If dogs could talk, really, I think it will be very surprising. Do you wish it if dogs could talk? Bye bye.